And we're back with Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our phone number is 702-642-8400 for all of your plumbing needs here in Las Vegas. Our radio call-in phone number is 702-483-4444, 702-483-4444. Here we are on show 11. This has been a lot of fun.
It has.
We're going to keep on going.
Good.
Why y'all dressed up in a parka?
Because it's freezing outside.
Now, 2 months ago, I was whining that it was so hot it was the surface of the sun temperature.
I wish it was back.
No, it is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. My name is Delicious Artie White with Aqua Plumbing, and I'm here with my wonderful wife, Becky White. We're co-owners of Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we have a radio show here. We're talking about plumbing, all plumbing, and nothing but plumbing. Actually, that's not true.
We talk about some things besides plumbing.
You get sidetracked pretty easy.
No.
Yeah. I think you do. So the importance of plumbing. What is my new motto? I'm the last guy you think about before you go to bed and the first guy you think about when you get up. It's true.
That's just wrong.
It's a visual everybody needs.
It's a visual everybody does not need.
So we're the most important industry in the world, I believe.
Absolutely we are.
When you got to go, I think there's 100% thought process in your mind. I'm right.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you got to go, you got to go.
When you got to go, you got to go.
So today we're going to talk about what to expect from HOA responsibilities, homeowner responsibilities when you buy a condo, townhouse.
Oh,
So
why would we be talking about that today?
listen up, people, if you live in a condo or a townhouse. Because we just bought a condo. It came with a wonderful tenant
A week and a half ago.
a week and a half ago, and we get a phone call today.
It's flooding.
It's flooding. We get there, and it wasn't really a flood, but there was a little water. Come to find
There's still
out,
damage.
it's a downstairs unit that we bought.
Yes.
And the tenant called and said, hey, it's raining in my unit. That's never a good thing.
No.
It rained outside here in Las Vegas yesterday, and today it was raining in his unit. And it turns out it was the neighbor's
Upstairs neighbors.
upstairs bathtub causing the problem. Who showers in the middle of the day?
No, they weren't showering.
Oh, they just noticed it was plugged up.
There was another plumber there that was fixing the plug up.
Right.
They should have called the A-team and it would have been done right.
And it turned out to be instead of a plug up, it turned out to be a flood
In our unit.
in our unit. That's nice of them.
Yeah.
At least it didn't mess up the unit they were working in.
Right.
Well, it happens. So with that said, if you are a condo owner or a townhouse owner, the support plumbing in your building is responsible. The homeowners association is responsible for that plumbing, not you.
What do you mean by support plumbing?
Support plumbing would be the piping in the walls and the piping that goes out and is concealed and would be connected to the fixtures or the bathtub in this specific case. So you've got plumbing in the wall, you've got plumbing in the ceiling, and it hooks up a bathtub or a toilet. You cannot see it. It's part of the building.
Correct.
That would be the HOA, the homeowners association responsibility. Now, if it's a leak under your sink, into your cabinet, or onto your floor, that's your responsibility because you can see it.
Correct.
You can see it, maintenance it. That's a problem. So we picked up another management company today, I would imagine.
Yes, we did.
We called them and said, hey, we got a plumbing leak. We just bought this unit. And when they found out we had a plumbing company, they said, well, then just go fix it and send us a bill. I kind of like that.
I really like that.
And the cool thing was that it wasn't our unit.
Indirectly, it was.
Our unit was the recipient of the
Of the water.
water, but not the recipient of the problem. So that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, plumbing's the most important industry in the world. You got a shower. You get fresh water coming out of the shower head, and the dirty water goes down the drain. Whammo. I should put my picture inside every bathtub.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think you're just gunning for a billboard with your face on it.
I'm looking for several billboards. Every tub in the house, every toilet in the house, every lavatory sink in the house, every kitchen sink should have my picture on it. With Aqua Plumbing, 642-8400 on everything.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea.
We used to stamp that into the rings in the kitchen sinks when we put them in.
Yes, we
The
did.
garbage disposal rings.
Yes, we did. We ought to look into that. We ought to look into that and do that again. It was a little pricey, but we could do it.
Yes, we could.
Every time you're doing the dishes, which we're going to talk about Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, things you should and shouldn't do in the next segment of our show when all of your relatives are over.
Right.
We're going to talk about that.
We are. So let's talk about this condo and townhouse thing anymore. Is there a differentiation between condos and townhouses?
It depends on the paperwork you receive from the HOA as to what they are responsible for. But in all cases, if it is support plumbing that you cannot visually see, it is the HOA responsibility. That's called the support plumbing. And if you've got a sink and you can actually see the pipe going into the wall, from the wall in, you have, as the owner, the responsibility for that piping. But if you can't see the piping because it's concealed in the walls or the ceilings or the floors, the homeowners association is responsible for that. So you call them up, tell them you got a leak, tell them you got the A team in mind, and Aqua Plumbing will see Aqua. You get all. There's a correlation there, and we'll come out and we'll take care of the problem and bill the HOA. It won't cost you a penny. How's that?
That sounds great.
It does sound great.
We're even getting paid for this one.
Yes, we are. So we got a flooded unit, and we're getting paid for it.
I like
pretty good.
it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why plumbing is probably the most important industry in the world, is because we've got to keep everybody safe with clean, fresh drinking water delivered to the building, house, building, whatever, and removal of safe waste. I was thinking about figuring out how to put plumbing in a doghouse. And then we could go around and have all the dog trainers teach the dog how to use the plumbing, and hey, it's just another niche.
We have a doghouse in our backyard. I guess you could try.
We have a doghouse in the backyard the dog can't fit in.
Exactly, but that's why you should use it and try it, because the dog can't fit in it anyways.
Right. A lot of good that'll do.
It's your prototype.
Oh, you want me to build a prototype?
Yes.
You don't want the dog
babe.
to go in and because he can't fit.
No, I don't want the dog to go in that one. We would have to build a bigger one for our dog.
Yeah, the size of a garage.
But for a little dog, you could build a prototype with the one we have in the backyard.
And then all you got to do is teach the dog how to do it. People teach their cat how to use the bathroom all the time.
Right. Well, but the other day I said our dog was 126 pounds of dumb, so I don't think we can teach our dog how to use the toilet.
There's no way. He's such an idiot. He comes in the house at night, runs out the dog door, which is
the dog door.
which is big enough for me to walk through. And then he comes over and scratches on the bedroom door. I let him in. He runs through the house, out the dog door, comes back in, scratches on our door. I don't get it.
I think he's just trying to see how many times he can get us out of bed.
I think
he's smarter than you give him credit for.
I think you need to have a talk with that dog. I just think you need to have a talk with that dog. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're the proud owners of Aqua Plumbing. We've been in business since 2004, and we'll gladly take anybody's phone calls that has a plumbing issue, problem, or question at 702-483-4444, 702-483-4444. Oh, damn, I'm looking right at it and almost forgot it. And
your glasses are right on your shirt.
And you don't even have to live in Las Vegas. We'll try our best to answer your question, because codes are different from state to state in some cases, and geographic conditions also alter the codes just a little bit too. So, but we'll do our best to answer your questions. So if you want to call us at 702-483-4444, we will gladly answer your questions. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we will answer the question. So this weekend, we really don't have anything going on this weekend. You don't have any racing?
I don't. I have a race next weekend.
We got to put tires in that car.
Yes.
We just bought you sticky tires. We got to get those put on.
We did. We were supposed to do that yesterday.
Yeah, well, it was raining like an SOB, and I didn't want to drive that car. Super fast car, wet streets, that's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to drive the car over there and get the tires changed out.
I have a race on the 15th, though.
You do have a race on the 15th at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway there in the northeast part of Las Vegas, 9 a.m. It's a Sunday race. We are going to freeze our huevos off.
I'll sit in the truck until it's time to get in the car.
There you go. Yeah, you should go out there and have a really good time. So if our listeners aren't doing anything, come on out to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's an SCCA event. It's all day long, 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Should be a lot of fun. Becky's little hot rod 67 Mustang we built for her. It's a rocket.
Yes, it is.
I got pulled over by the cops the other night in that car.
That's really not a good thing to talk about.
I didn't get a ticket.
Because you're the luckiest man I have ever met.
I was pretty sure I was off the hook when the officer got out of his unmarked car in board shorts and flip-flops. I was pretty sure I wasn't getting a ticket.
I wasn't. Since I was following behind you in our 29 Model A and you were speeding and...
I was not speeding. It just sounded like I was speeding.
I have intel you were speeding.
Okay, 5 over, big deal. That's not speeding. Everybody drives 5 over. If you don't drive 5 over in this city, you're a moron.
I'm pretty sure Rancho is only 45.
I was going 50.
You were going 65 or 70. That's a little
How
bit
would you
more
know?
than 5. I told you I have intel. I have eyes everywhere.
The Model A only goes 45, so...
Exactly. So I was way behind you.
3 cars.
6. I don't think you remember much from that night.
I remember-
Isn't that what we always told our kids? We have eyes everywhere. It still applies now to you instead of the kids.
Right. He's just lucky I pulled over because he'd have never seen my sorry ass again. Tried to chase me down in a 67 Mustang, driving a Chevy Cobalt or Volt. That's just stupid. I pulled over to be
Pretty
courteous.
sure it was a Corsica.
Yeah, whatever. Slow. Mm-hmm. You'd outrun him in the Model A.
Probably not.
Okay, back on track since you got us off track again. Yet again.
You know what? Do you know what day it is today?
What is?
I'm going to tell you
we
what
don't
day.
normally do that today. We don't usually do that till later.
I don't care. I want to do it now because it applies.
Oh.
So today, one of the things is National Men Make Dinner Day. So in association with that, it's Men Be Nice to Your Wives Day.
That's
because you're going to
crap.
go home and make them dinner.
That is crap.
No, we have a caller. Why don't we ask her?
Okay. All right, we have a caller. Hi, Sherry. This is Artie and Becky here on Plumbing 101. How can we help you today?
I had a question about why in Australia does the water get flushed in a different way than here?
That's a really interesting question. First of all, I hate to burst your bubble, Sherry. It does not.
Oh.
The water does not swirl differently in the toilet in Australia.
My bubble is bursted. Thank you.
That is a rumor. That is a urban legend. It does not do that.
Oh.
Google
No,
that.
life is a lie.
Google that. You'll laugh. You'll say,
Life is a lie.
life is a lie. Well, Sherry, is there anything else we can help you with? Since
Well, no, Sherry, while I have you on the phone,
I don't wanna talk to her.
I need an answer to my question. So I don't know if you heard while you were on hold that today is Men Make Dinner Day. So I think in association with that day that it's Men Be Nice to Your Wives Day. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
See? I was right.
Can Artie be nice? Is that a thing?
A girl can wish.
I think this conversation's over with Sherry. I'm pretty sure Sherry's got to hang up now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's pretty good. No. I always cook you dinner. You always want breakfast for dinner.
I do. And also today is National Donut Day. So that's perfect. You can make me dinner and we can stop for a donut on the way home. Donuts are my downfall.
I tried to get you to buy cinnamon rolls yesterday for the board meeting.
And then you hurried me out of the store, so I couldn't.
I took you on a job walk and you went shopping. Really?
All the Halloween stuff was really, really on clearance. So
Yeah.
I was buying for our grandchildren.
In Albertsons.
In Albertsons, they had straws and cups, and I didn't buy candy. It would go bad. But I bought cups and straws and pails for next year.
Candy doesn't go bad. It just gets hard. I wonder, I
have nothing.
I got a question for you. You know, if you don't chew your corn good and then you look at when you're done with what you're doing in the bathroom and you look back and there's corn, does that happen with candy corn?
No, because candy corn is good, so you want to chew it up and get all the sugar out of it.
Okay, I was just curious. You can try that tomorrow.
I love candy corn.
You can eat some candy corn when you're done with your duty and it. You can.
It's not in there.
You can have a look back.
It's not in there.
Okay,
Your body doesn't break down corn. That's why it stays in there.
I see.
It's a proven fact.
So we were walking a job yesterday because we're remodeling the Albertsons around Las Vegas. That's pretty cool. And you went shopping instead. Important details were being disseminated, and you're shopping.
Well, I brought you to the job walk to get the important details.
And then
like the plumbing.
see cinnamon rolls,
And
and,
then
you forgot.
I didn't
4
forget.
minutes. You had one job.
I did not forget. You hurried me out of the store.
I shook everybody's hand 4 times. You had time to eat
Well, I
3
had to
cinnamon
shake
rolls.
everybody's hand too.
You had time to eat 3 cinnamon rolls and buy 50. You didn't buy any.
I didn't. So we can stop and buy donuts today. Since it's National Donut
National
Day.
Donut Day. Yeah, I don't think so.
I do.
Because if we get donuts, our office staff will eat them all.
That's okay.
Last time I bought donuts, I got 2. I bought 12 donuts.
You bought 8.
I got whatever. I got 2.
There's 4 people in the office. All of us got 2.
Well, then I must have bought 16. Because
You bought 8. And all of us got 2. There's 4 people in the office.
Mhm.
And we all got 2.
I got screwed.
Simple math. We're not using Common Core math.
Well, last time coming back from Utah, I brought back 12, and
I ate 8.
okay, that explains it. It's not the office staff; it's you.
Well, we found that really cool donut shop in St. George that has really good freshly made donuts.
Right.
See, I told you donuts are my downfall.
Good thing we got plumbing.
Exactly.
I'm glad you didn't eat broccoli today.
So those are my favorites, and you brought them back from Utah, so I ate 8.
Broccoli donuts?
No.
No broccoli for you.
No broccoli for me.
That was a terrible day when you crop dusted me with the remnants of broccoli. We're not even going to go there.
We're not.
It was terrible.
We're not.
Almost barfed. Which is another good reason to have plumbing.
I really think we need to go on a break.
Okay, well, we'll go on break and then we'll talk about the advantages of having plumbing again and again and again. We will be right back. Toilet, give us a ring at Aqua Plumbing. We have just the right toilet for the job. Remember Aqua Plumbing? If it's brown, it's going down. If it's brown, it's going down. Okay, back to this broccoli thing. Let's not. Oof.
Let's not.
That was bad. So, having plumbing is it's a gift.
It is a gift. I can't imagine living in some of these third world countries that don't have plumbing.
Oh, you didn't hear?
We're not moving.
You're not supposed to say third world country anymore.
Why?
The current administration says that it's unfair.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to live in a third world country. Somebody told me the other day that I shouldn't say Merry Christmas either.
That's true.
And I told her where to go.
And it wasn't Christmas Town.
So, no, it was not Christmas Town. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm supposed to say.
That's right. This political correctness is for the birds.
It's definitely not for me.
That's very true. So, since we're on the subject of third world countries and plumbing being a gift,
I thought we were going to talk about Christmas.
No. I'm going to get you a new toilet. Oh, you just got a new toilet.
I just got a new toilet.
We're a member of IATMO.
We are the International Association of Mechanical and Plumbing Officials.
Mr. Alan Becker from the city of Henderson is the chair this year.
It's a very educational group. That's where we find out a lot of
New innovative shit.
breaking
Pun
news.
intended.
Breaking news in the plumbing industry.
They also put a merry band of good doers together, and they go to these third world countries, and they teach them and provide fresh drinking water, and they're teaching them all about plumbing so that less people get sick and die. Because if you don't have plumbing, you get sick and die.
Absolutely. One of their biggest projects is collecting rainwater and distributing it to the people in whatever village they're in.
That is absolutely correct. So hats off to the people at IATMO and Mr. Alan Becker for chairing that for the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
We kind of like him.
I'd like to go on one of those trips.
Oh, hell no. What? Well, yeah, well, you only poop 4 times a month. I guess it wouldn't be a problem.
Exactly.
I go at 9:32 every morning. I can set my watch by
And
it.
11:32 and 1:32 and 5:42. I think I have that fear. What's that fear?
There is a syndrome out there I learned about this last week. It's called CPABH. CPABH. It's a disorder people have. CPABH. For those of you who are listening and have an ink pen in your hand, CP Charlie Paul Alpha Bravo Hotel. CPABH. It's can't poop anywhere but home.
I think I have that syndrome.
It's a syndrome.
I know.
It is a bona fide syndrome. People will hold it, doesn't matter what they're doing, where they're at, period. They don't go till they get home.
That's a little weird.
CPABH. It's the fear of pooping any place but home. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is very interesting.
When you're in the plumbing industry, you got a lot of time on your hands.
Obviously.
Between 9:32 and 5:32, I have a lot of time on my hands. And then at 9:32, I'm very busy.
You're very busy for about a half an hour.
Right. That's where I get my reading done.
Yeah, and your syndromes.
I'm exhausting and reading.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
So CPABH. Can't poop anywhere but home. I thought that was really interesting.
But is it seriously like a syndrome?
Yes. It's a real thing.
Wow.
I was looking something up plumbing related. I don't remember what it was. I needed some information on a project I was bidding. I don't remember what it was. And I had mistyped something. I don't remember what it was. And this thing popped up. And I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. And so I clicked on it.
Well, it has to do with plumbing, so
yeah,
you know.
I was hunting down a plumbing website for it was a fixture or so. I don't remember what it was, but I did. I had mistyped. My finger got away from me, and this thing popped up. I happened to be looking at the screen. I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to read that. There it is. CPABH. Can't poop anywhere but home.
Interesting.
I liked it. It was great reading. It was really great reading, and it is a bona fide syndrome. It's like what's that syndrome where you're afraid to leave home? And then acrophobia, that's afraid of spiders.
Fear of spiders.
Right. But there's a syndrome that some people have that they won't leave their house.
Yeah, your mother had that.
Yes.
I don't remember what it's called though.
So it's a syndrome, just like theirs. So.
Interesting.
Yep. So we have 5 kids.
Yes, we do. Last time I checked.
And we're going to have 5 grandchildren here in a couple months.
We are.
The
in
grandchildren
March.
are going to outrun the children.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah,
okay.
it's good because I don't have to put up with them all the time.
Exactly. They can go home.
They need to stay home.
This will be 2 granddaughters that are 7 and 5, and 3 grandsons that are 4, almost 2, and will be born in March.
And bun in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope she's listening. Getting big. She's a big old fat cow.
Our daughter-in-law is absolutely beautiful and is the size of a stick. So
A stick that looks like she swallowed a bowling ball.
She's not a cow.
Mm-hmm. So, back to this plumbing thing. It's a gift. People in the United States have running plumbing. Canada, and for the most part, Mexico. Very, very lucky. Do you know in Mexico they don't want you to flush the paper? You got to do your thing and put it in the trash can next to the toilet. True story. There's a sign in every bathroom in Mexico that says, please do not flush the paper.
That's a little disgusting.
True story.
That's
Because their plumbing
gross.
system isn't modern, but at least they gave it an attempt.
Well, yeah. But you still can't drink the water.
No. I made that mistake once. Whoa.
You got Montezuma's revenge.
I was very thankful they had plumbing. And I wasn't sure where it was going, and I didn't care.
No, we're very lucky. And I think as Americans, people in general, we take it for granted what we have.
Sure you do. You get up in the morning. You got up 3 times last night. You're a big pain in the ass last night. You got up 3 times to go pee.
That's what happens when you get old.
Oh, my God. I wanted to hit you in the head.
Well, I'm
With a stick.
sorry I can't control my bladder.
Unbelievable. But you took it for granted. You just got up out of bed, went in,
Absolutely, because my grandparents lived on a farm in Minnesota, and they had to go outside to the outhouse for years. I couldn't imagine 0 below, and I have to get up 3 times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and have to go outside to an outhouse. Oh, hell no.
Modern plumbing is not that old. I mean, a friend of my dad's, so that's a generation back. One more generation, his grandfather. So 3 generations ago, there was still a lot of outhouse usage. And he said, "You're never putting one of those things in my house for me to poop in my house. I will never poop in my own house. I will always use an outhouse." That was, 4 generations ago is all the further back that went.
No.
There was still a lot of outhouse use.
And as Americans, we need a toilet 2 feet away, or we're not happy.
Well, we do a lot of new construction in commercial buildings, and when I get a set of plans, there's a bank of bathrooms with a multitude of toilets, faucets, sinks, faucets, we call them lavatories, faucets, urinals, and you're shopping in the mall, and you have to go and you run in there, and
Unless you have that syndrome.
but
Then you wait.
I wonder if it would be the same thing, CPABH. Can't pee anywhere but home. It is what it is.
It is.
And we could do, you go to a party and you got to pee about every 5 minutes when you're drinking beers.
Yeah, if you're drinking beers.
Our daughter just uses the neighbor's bushes.
Which I don't have to worry about because I don't drink beer, so it really doesn't matter.
You drink tequila.
Yes, I do. But it doesn't have to make me have to pee.
Now, when you're drinking and whatnot, and you go in there and you do your business, are you thinking about the dynamics of the plumbing? Or are you just happy to have a toilet?
I always look at the toilets everywhere I go.
Now, but as a normal person, you take it for granted, just like what
absolutely.
you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Go to Africa and try to find a public restroom. There's a hole on out back there.
Well, we do that at the dunes. That's fine too. But for
But
most
it's the same
people,
thing.
they don't like to do that.
It's the same thing. That's probably where CPABH came from. People don't want to go outside.
Right.
Something about having a roof over your head.
Well, doesn't matter to me. Our youngest son, that's where he learned to use the bathroom, was outside. He wouldn't use the toilet for anything. He would just pee outside.
He'd always go outside and go pee outside. That was really funny. Mm-hmm. It's like having another dog around. So don't get any on the carpet.
No, it was always outside.
So yeah, people take plumbing for granted. So it's our job to make sure their plumbing systems are safe, in use, and not leaking. Just like our condo today. Mm-hmm. The plumbing was put in 1963 originally, and it needs a little help from time to time, and people take that for granted too.
Until there's a problem. So when people get up and they got to go tinkle, and they run in the morning, they're like, "Oh, this feels so good." And then they flush the toilet, and it doesn't go down. We went from hero to butthead right off the bat. Absolutely. It's always the plumber's fault.
Always the plumber's fault. Doesn't matter where you go, it's always the plumber's fault.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to break for a second time, and we're going to come right back and talk about more plumbing importance.
Call Aqua Plumbing for a full line of self-closing toilet seats today. Remember, if it's brown, it's going down.
And we are back. Back. So I've got free show tickets here, 2 for 1, free show tickets for Sexy Topless Review. If anybody can call in and answer this one easy question. What liquid do you never put down your drain? If anybody has that answer, please do give us a call, 483-4444. I have 2 for 1 tickets here to give away, 483-4444. What is the liquid you never put down your drains? So, speaking of liquid, when you go, you flush, and water takes the waste away. That's how we safely remove the waste from buildings and houses, is with water.
You're right. It is.
So you want your toilet to be functioning just absolutely beautiful. And if not, we need to be summoned to come out and take care and look at your system.
Which we do with our free home inspections.
We have a free home plumbing inspection. I just saw a commercial the other day on TV. It said we'll come out and do a free home. We'll come out and do a home plumbing inspection for $25.99. That's not a bad deal.
No.
Not a bad deal at all.
Pays for the gas to get out there.
Sure it does. What it does is it gets that plumbing contractor, hopefully it'd be Aqua Plumbing, it gets us in the house or the building.
Right.
We can honestly tell you if there's a problem. We can honestly tell you if that problem that is manifesting itself needs to be addressed today, tomorrow, or a few months later. We don't come in the house and say, it's Chicken Little time, pine cone just hit you in the head, the world's falling down. And we will only fix what we need to, what we think needs to be fixed with, obviously with the homeowners or the building owner's consent. But at least then they know it's something for them to think about, something to budget for, like a water heater. I go into someone's house for a free home plumbing inspection, which we do quite a few of, and I usually start in the garage, and there's a few things to look at in the garage. I zero in on the water heater, and I call our office, and I give our staff, Kelly or Sierra, the date code, because you can't decode it with your eyes. You have to. It's like a puzzle, and she tells me how old that water heater is. And if anybody says, if she calls back and says that the water heater you're looking at is about 8 years old, I prepare them for between tonight and 2 years from now that water heater is probably going to leak. This is how much it's going to be. This is what we're going to have to do. And if you had an automobile and you were on a fixed budget and you were making it with just a little bit of extra spending cash every week, month, or whatever the case may be, and you knew you were going to have a part fail in that car at a predetermined time, you could budget for it. That's what we try to do in the plumbing world.
Absolutely.
It's really important to know that some things are going to happen. Now, if your water heater goes 12 years, fantastic.
You're lucky.
You are very lucky, but you were prepared.
Right.
You were prepared for that. You knew it was coming, and that's what we like to do. We like to go in and give people's plumbing system a looky-loo. We call it a looky-loo, and let them know if there's going to be a problem soon. And
And I think that's one thing that sets Aqua Plumbing apart is we don't try to upsell. There's a lot of companies out there that are trying to get you to fix things that aren't necessarily...
Channel 13 we've got a local channel here, Channel 13 in Las Vegas. They just did a sting on plumbing companies.
They did?
Not too long ago, yes.
I didn't see that.
And they rigged up a water heater with a leak, and they caught some plumbing companies trying to sell people new water heaters when clearly it was just a water connection on top of the water heater that was leaking. And a couple guys did actually come in, found the problem, fixed the problem. Two of them charged the homeowner, which rightfully so.
Right.
They drove out there. It costs money to do that, unless, of course, you can jack your house up and bring it to us.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. We need to go out and take care of these kind of things. One plumbing company didn't charge the lady.
Wow.
Said, here's your problem. This is what happened. Keep an eye on it. I went ahead and tightened up the nut. The leak has stopped. I've cleaned everything up. I don't see where this thing is leaking at all. And you're welcome. Have a nice day. Well, I don't remember the name of the plumbing company, but they're going to be her plumbing company forever because the guy came out. He was very courteous, very knowledgeable, didn't take her for a ride, didn't try to sell her a water heater. He even acknowledged that it was a new water heater. It was a newer water heater. It was a couple months old. And that's exactly what the problem was, is the people that set up the sting simply loosened a water connection on the water heater. He identified it, tightened it up, and that's great. That's what we do. We're not going to sell somebody a brand new water heater if they already have a brand new water heater, but we will tell them, look, this water heater is 8 years old. We don't need to change it today. Put some money in a drawer, because you're going to need it in a few years, whether it be 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. Know that it's coming, and we leave it at that, and we give it to them in writing. We believe this water heater is probably going to go another blah, 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 months, years, whatever the case may be, and please give us a call when it fails, because water heaters will fail. It's not if, it's when.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to fail. And that's the same with any other component in the house. If we go in and notice there's rusty bolts inside the toilet tank, we notify the homeowner, look, you got about a year here. Or if they're really, really bad and you can't identify them, they just look like a little orange blob.
They need to be fixed.
Today.
Right.
Because what happens is that bolt head will snap. The tank will kick itself up a little bit. start draining water onto the floor. The fill valve in the toilet thinks the tank needs to be filled up, and it's filling your house. That's not a good day.
That is not a good day.
That happened to us. Washing machine did that to us.
Yes, it did.
2 inches of standing water in the house. Who would have thunk our house was watertight for the first 6 inches? when you look in the back door and you see the dog doing the backstroke across the bedroom, that's usually a bad idea.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
That's a bad day. Mm-hmm. So the other thing that sets us apart is we're family owned. We actually know all of our employees.
Yes.
We treat them like family.
And most of our employees have been with us over 20 years.
Yep, all great people. We kind of like every one of them.
We really like every one of them.
We really like every one of them.
We do. One of them is not very happy right now. He's on a service call and he went to leave these people's house and SWAT has the street blocked off.
Wonder if they got a poop. I wonder if they got a pooper in the SWAT truck he can be working on.
He is not able to make it to his next call.
Do we send the Metropolitan Police Department that bill?
Right.
You detained us. You need to pay up.
They won't let anybody out of the neighborhood.
I don't know why the phone's not ringing. I've got 2-for-1 show tickets, and I want to know what's the one liquid you're not ever supposed to put in your drain pipes. So if somebody doesn't call, I'll have to reveal this in the next 15-minute segment. I'll be compelled.
Okay.
No, you know what I'll do? We'll make that as a hook for next week.
We have a guest next week.
I won't tell anybody what the one liquid is you're not supposed to put down your drain. I'll just use it as a hook.
Okay.
And if some butthead does call today and get it right, I'll have to come up with a new hook.
Well, we have a guest.
We have a guest. That can be a hook.
Yeah.
Unless I let the cat out of the bag right now.
Well, it's up to you.
Mr. Stanley Stearns is coming from Mega Western. We're going to talk about Delta Faucets and the other product lines that he locally represents here in Las Vegas. The cool thing about having products that there's a sales representative locally is if you have a problem with the product, and let's face it, it doesn't matter how good a product you build, someday there's going to be a problem with your product.
Right.
We make a phone call, problem goes away. Mm-hmm. Stanley is always there, takes care of it. Problems only, the homeowner's only inconvenience for a very short time because problems create inconvenience, especially in the plumbing world.
Yes.
We filmed a commercial. People ought to go to our website, aquaplumbinglv.net, and click on that website with you standing there with the little kid next to you, who, incidentally, is taller than you now.
Right. Yeah. That was a long time ago. Our kids were very young. Now the little boy standing next to me is 6'2" and towers over me.
Yep. But he filmed a good commercial, and we have a really good Hollywood-produced commercial on our website. It's a lot of fun. aquaplumbinglv.net. It's a lot of fun to watch.
It is. That was filmed in our house.
I rigged it up and had a little fountain going in the kitchen. But in the reality, you go home, you're tired, you put the groceries on the counter. Oh, I went to eat my favorite donut and it was moldy or some goofy shit happened to you. It was just a bad day. You spilled coffee in your keyboard on your computer and it just was a really sucky day. And you go over and turn the kitchen sink faucet on and boom, it blows up or starts spraying water straight in the air. And can this day get any worse? All you want to do is wash the grit off your hands for a second so you can put your groceries away, and then the faucet, poof. It's no good.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
you don't ever plan for a plumbing emergency.
No, and when you do get a plumbing emergency, you want to call someone and get a hold of a people. You want to get a hold of
person.
a people person, yes. Now, after hours, you will get a recording at our office. However, it gives you a telephone number to call a people.
Yes.
And then
Our
one of-
people.
And then one of our people. And then one of our people techs will come out and get you taken care of. Boom, boom, boom. So you have somebody you can talk to and explain to them exactly and explain to our people what happened. And if we have really good knowledge of what's going on, then we can come and successfully say that 10 times, successfully fix the plumbing problem, because we don't want anybody to have plumbing problems. However, that is our bread and butter. Because we know, doesn't matter how good a product is, at some point it's going to fail, and we're going to come out and fix it. And we have local representation around town that helps us do that. And Stanley Stearns is one of them. He'll be here. That'll be our 12th show on the 12th. How you
Will
like
it?
that? Yeah.
Very cool.
I'll have to remember that for next week.
I think you're wrong. I think this is the 12th show, but we'll see.
But who's counting?
That's right.
Okay. And then people can also go on Vegas All Net Radio, and they can click on any show they would like to see and actually listen and see us. These fine folks here are not only recording us, but they're filming us. You can actually see us in action here in the green room, the green screen room gizmo.
Yes,
Mhm.
you can. I always look tired, and you always look wide awake.
That's because I know my face is getting ready to go inside of all sinks, toilets, bathtubs, and everything.
That's what I thought.
So I've been informed today's the 13th show. So our 14th show will be on the 12th.
Okay.
It's easy to remember that one. So we at Aqua Plumbing, we perform here in Las Vegas and Henderson and North Las Vegas, service and repair.
Yes, we do.
And we service it 24 hours a day. Matter of fact, we have guys working tonight on a remodel.
On the Albertsons.
It starts at 9 p.m. So if you want to stop in and say hi to our guys and get autographs, you can stop in at the Albertsons at DI and Pecos tonight at 9 o'clock.
And they have a great clearance on Halloween.
And they have a great clearance on Halloween. You can go in. You can actually get autographs from the Aqua Plumbing people down there. Say, hey, I heard you on the radio today. Just wanted to shake your hand and say good job.
I'm not sure we're going to have anybody get out of bed to do that, but okay.
I got to throw it out there. This is a 24-hour town.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have a mess going on down there tonight. Whoa. It's going to be crazy. But it'll be a lot of fun.
It will. Our guys like something different.
Well, we're going to break for commercial, and we're going to come back to a really funny plumbing story that I have. So people, please stay tuned for the funny plumbing story. And we are back.
Halloween's over.
We are back. Phenomenon.
Did you know my uncle used to be, the laugh at the end of a haunted house?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my uncle used to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Interesting fact for the day.
Interesting trivial fact for the day.
Right.
All right. That's Uncle Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good. Well, we're having a little discussion in the studio here during commercial break. And the keyboard operator said that his sister has a very hard-to-use tub and shower valve mechanism. The handle, hot and cold, is difficult. On and off is difficult. And she's also got a faucet that's difficult to turn the handles. That is a byproduct of the water here in Las Vegas. It is the mineral deposits. And it does happen over time. And it also happens with a lot of non-use. A lot of people will have a bathtub they never use. And then people will come over and suddenly start using it, and they'll either say the plumbing in there is leaky, the plumbing in there doesn't work right, it's hard to operate, or I don't have any hot water. And it's a product of non-use. So please use all of your plumbing fixtures. Please be sure that you've got water running down all of your pipes from time to time and very frequent, because plumbing systems were designed to continue to be wet. You don't want your plumbing system to dry out. It's not good for it. You always want it to be wet.
Right.
And if you sit too long, there's no condensation in the piping anymore, and therefore it dries out. And that's when decay of the piping starts to occur.
Well, and we've found that to be a problem with all these low flow products that we have to use now.
The current administration, our wonderful government, is wanting us to use less and less and less water indoors. What's interesting to note is we get 97 to 98% of our water we use in our faucets, that the water goes down our drains. We actually, and most communities can say this, we get it back. It goes to the water treatment plant. The more water you can deliver to the water treatment plant, the better, because then they have to dilute it less.
Right.
And there's water waste there if they're having to dilute it. So I realize water costs money, but water is still very, very much reasonably cheap. Very, very much reasonably cheap. It's inexpensive. Water's it's a very cheap commodity, and you need to use a lot of it, especially in the newer homes. Use a lot of water. Make sure the plumbing stays wet. It's important. When piping dries out, that's when it starts to deteriorate. When faucet seats dry out, that's when they start to deteriorate. If they've got water on them, the oxygen can't deteriorate the rubber components in faucets and things. So it's important to use your plumbing. If you've got a bathroom you're not using, go in there when you get your power bill and go run all your plumbing for 1 minute. Flush all your toilets or flush the toilets that you're not normally using for a couple of times. It's just really important. Really, really important. And I said we were going to, when we came back, well, we're going to talk about something. A funny plumbing story.
A funny plumbing story, but we're going to watch our commercial.
Oh, we have this is a commercial we filmed 9 years ago. 10 years ago.
A long time ago. The kids were little.
And you'll all be able to hear it. You won't be able to see it. It's the Blues Brothers theme. And here we go.
I need help. I have no hot water. There's water spraying out of my kitchen faucet, and there's water all over my bathroom. I need a plumber right away.
Oh, thank goodness. They're already here. It sure is a mess in here, guys.
Don't worry about a thing, ma'am. We're here to help.
When you need a plumber and you need one fast, call Aqua Plumbing. We're affordable, dependable, professional, and most importantly, efficient. If you have the plumbing blues, remember Aqua Plumbing, 642-8400. That was so old. Our kids were all tiny.
Our kids were so little. Like I said, now the one kid in the commercial, the one boy, now he towers over me. That's crazy.
It was pretty funny when Raymond pulled all that soccer ball, football, all the toilet paper and everything out of that toilet.
Out of the
How
toilet.
the hell did the kids get all that shit in the toilet?
I don't know. And our daughters were so happy.
Yeah, they were very happy. Mm-hmm. That was good. That was very good. That was a lot of fun to film. It took all day long to film that.
Yes, it did.
We had
Our house was a disaster.
People thought we were filming a Hollywood movie. All the neighbors were coming over. What the hell are you doing? We're filming a commercial. It was funny. We had quite the audience. It was a lot of fun.
We did. That was a lot of fun. So what's your funny plumbing story?
I have the funniest plumbing story you ever heard in your life. Ready? So this guy calls, and he says, "I don't have any hot water." And he's talking to the plumbing contractor, and the plumbing contractor is asking questions. What kind of water heater is it? Is it gas or electric? He said, "Well, it's electric." And she says, "Well, I'll send a guy right over, and we'll get this taken care of. Can you tell me a little bit more about the water heater?" So he describes the water heater and everything, and he says, "Be sure your technician has a flashlight." And she said, "Okay, well, all of our technicians have flashlights, but why in particular would you say we needed a flashlight?" He says, "Well, I don't have any power. The power's been out for I'm not kidding. The power's been out for a couple of hours, 5-6 hours, and he's going to need a flashlight to fix my problem." She said, "Let me get this straight. It's an electric water heater, and you don't have any power, therefore you don't have any hot water." "Yes, I need you to come fix my water heater." She said, "You don't have any power, so your water heater's not going to work. I don't think you have a water heater problem." And he says, "Well, then come put a gas water heater in." She says, "Well, do you have gas to your house?" He said, "Well, no, but can you put gas to my house?" This was a true a service call that had happened, and she could not convince the guy that without power, your electric water heater is not going to have hot water.
Goodness.
That's a true story.
Wow.
It's like that lady that made us come change her toilets because she was afraid of them.
Yes.
She called us in a frantic and said, "These
a frantic, she was hysterically crying.
Right. I can't sit down here. I'm afraid this toilet's going to suck me down." It was a pressure assist toilet. Wow!
Yep.
When you flush the toilet, she made us brand new home. She made us come change the toilets to regular toilets.
3 toilets we had to go change out because I could not convince her that the toilets were not going to suck her down in them.
That happened to us. That's a true story that happened to us.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, he called. He was irritated every time he flushed. The toilet water would splash him in the fanny. So we tried to convince him to just not sit there and
to just stand up.
Right. So yeah,
and flush.
He wasn't going to have that.
We went and changed his toilets too.
All right. Well, nobody called because nobody knows what liquid you're not supposed to put down your drain ever. So that's our hook for next week. And we'll have Stanley Stearns on here from Mega Western Sales / Delta Faucets. And we will have a nice long chat with him. And we will give away 2-for-1 show tickets for anybody that can tell us what liquid you do never put down your drains. Thank you very much for our loyal listeners. And look for us next week. Thank you so much.
Have a good week.